And that is the end of qualifying and in Azerbaijan. So Dem's on pole, Jake in second, Martin in third, Phil fourth, Jamie fifth, Softy sixth, Paul seventh, Jonas eighth. James, the only person on the soft compound tyre, is ninth, and Jack Pearson rounds off the top 10, somewhat 2.6 seconds off the pace in that Toro Rosso. Could be worse though, you could be Red Bull Kim. I'm on 47, 7.5 off the pace. Try and say that with a straight face, you're going to have a hard time.
Skip.
Get the drivers then. They've come out of their pit with the pit lane open. They've come on to the grid as they do their final preparations before the lights come on for the Baku Grand Prix. Well, if you've never watched TGP before, it's a highly competitive league with a different point system than normal Formula 1. The top 5 is the same as real life, with first 25, second 18, third 15, fourth 12 and 5 10. But then we take over Joe Sayer's point system, which is 6, 9, 7, 8. 8th place is 7 points, 9th place is 6, 10th is 5, 11th place is 4, 12 is 3, 13 is 2 and 14 is 1. But the lights are coming on now for the Baku Grand Prix. And it is lights out. Odoms hasn't gone from the get-go, so Jake will lead down into turn 1. He's still on the grid. Martin is battling with Phil, and Martin comes up on top there, getting second place. Phil's third. Jimmy, a relatively clean start from them all. They've got the yellow flag inside the 3. I'm assuming that is for the stricken.
What the fuck?
Who is now moving off the grid.
Okay, I've had a major issue with my game.
For me,
sorry.
But anyway, Jake leading from turn 1. Something going on in the back there, Softy and Paul look like coming together there. 5th and 6th. A relatively cleanish start from the drivers. Demon Ash then, putting pressure on the back of James, the lead driver, I believe, on the super soft, on the soft compound tyre.
Let's go, Softy, let's go.
Yeah.
James, for fuck's sake, Demon Ash! What is wrong with your lag? Jay Petty, careful, I've got some major lag issue.
Through the castle section they go. Demon Ash then, still putting James under some pressure.
On your inside.
Mr. Chiapelli's also on the soft compound tyre in 9th. Jonas is 10th, so he's
I've got major lag issue off the line. Anchor shouldn't even be in the fucking lead.
Will we see a safety car on lap 1 as Jake, 6 seconds. Relatively clean start. But here comes Phil Bargewell then, on the back of Martin. He's got the slipstream, he's gaining and gaining and gaining. Does he go in down into turn 1? No, he doesn't. He's better off it and maintains third. There's some debris down at turn 1 there.
Softy's in.
Softy is in for Toro Rosso. The super softs are coming off, and the softs are going on as Neljak retires from the session. Is that perfect timing for Toro Rosso? Yellow flag being waved in sector 1. Will we see a safety car or virtual safety car? Softy has come out last of the running cars behind Odems. So an early stop there. That is a nasty accident there for Neljak. Front left has come off that Haas. So not a good start to this Grand Prix for the Haas F1 team. Phil Bargewell putting pressure still on Martin as they go through the castle section. But Jamie Day is also on the back of this with Paul just a little bit behind as well. Gap now between Jake and Martin. 2 seconds as Jake pulls that gap. It was 1.6, but this lap has now gone to 2 seconds. 3/10 separates Phil and Martin. Obviously no DRS yet, that won't be enabled until lap 3. So here we go. Phil Bargewell now has a slipstream in that Red Bull. And also, this is Jamie Day. The car behind Phil, this is it now. And he's not gaining too much on Martin. Jamie Day isn't catching too much on Phil. Maybe the drivers are needing slight assistance here with the DRS. He's slowly gaining on Martin. Does he try it in to turn 1? No, he thinks better off it yet again. Jamie Day still behind Paul McGuinness behind them as well. James doing a solid job on the soft compound tyre. Ash then has got Johners for company, and we know Johners is not going to want to hang around that McLaren for too long. As Jack Pearson is in the pit lane, Super Soft's coming off and the soft tyre going on. Another early pit stop there from Toro Rosso.
Johners and Odems, the two tail leaders, both at the back. What a start! Like, Odems didn't start off the line, and Johners just got in trouble, some sort of game issue. So the points are going to be closed even
Red Bull
more so.
Kim's to the wall. Red Bull Kim has gone straight on, and what I believe is turn 3, and has taken the front right end play off. So more debris on the circuit for the driver to try and avoid.
Oh, James hit the
Getting
wall.
those patches, and that's Martin. He's clipped the wall. Phil trying to go around the outside, he blocks it off. Now Jamie Day is under pressure from Paul McGuinness. Now it's Mercedes versus Red Bull, Mercedes versus Ferrari, Martin versus Phil, Jamie versus Paul. Oh, Jamie freaking Lee's locked the front left there. He was.
Oh great! I caught
flying
fucking
towards the
Kim
back of that.
in the fucking castle section. Fuck out of the way.
Dofty has also passed Red Bull Kim into P11. But here we go, on board now with Paul McGuinness. This is on the back now of Jamie Day. Jamie Day looks to have damage, it's quite slow through there. Paul McGuinness pulls to the right hand side. Can he make the move into P4? Indeed he can. He'll also have the DRS to assist that, and Jamie Day has to concede the position. So Bardwell is in for Red Bull. Will Jamie Day come back at Paul? He doesn't. So I'm going to go with Phil Bardwell and see what tyres he's putting on at Red Bull. It will probably be the soft compound tyre. Super soft's coming off, and the soft going on for Phil. As he's not moving from the pit box. Phil Bardwell is still in the pit box. That he's just left it now. Front wing change. Nice spectator cam there. Thank you very much. Demon Ash is also in. He's got a front wing change as well. The softs going off from the softs going on. I don't think that's right either. Thank you, Cody. Anyway, the gap towards the front is now 3.9. Jake is running away with this. Paul McGuinness is now 1.1 behind Martin, who does seem to be struggling for pace, but has Jamie Day for company behind.
I think Odems can still win this. He's already like about 20 seconds off Jake, or having already made his pit stop. Odems could be the favourite.
He did.
He's that one.
He's on still super softs.
Oh really? Okay, I don't know. Oh yeah, maybe he had a drive-through then. Maybe he had a drive-through when he came in.
No, he just didn't start. I think that was his issue.
Yeah, but then he did pick because he was 5 seconds behind me, and he came in behind me, and then he was 15 seconds behind me. So it must have been a drive-through.
The only people to stop so far are Softy, Phil, Jack, Demon, and Red Bull Kim. They're taking up the final positions on the grid through 9 to 13. But that's because the other half of the grid have yet to stop.
Jamie has just smashed into the wall and lost a bit of his front wing.
I think I just drove past the front wing. I could see on the straight.
Jake is in for Force India. Here we go. The race leader is in with a gap of 5.1 seconds. Gets it slowed down, locking both tyres to do so. But Jamie Day will take the lead of the race as Paul is in as well. Jake is in, Paul's in, Martin's in, and Johners is in. Jake comes out ahead of Paul. Paul comes out ahead of Johners, which is crucial, and Martin is out behind Paul.
Odems has jumped Jake.
Odems has jumped Jake, but Odems is yet to stop. Still on those super soft compound tyre. So the biggest gainer so far from the get-go has been Dominic Smith, 10 positions gained. Still yet to stop so far in that Cyber, but running in a very solid third. We're yet to see the Cyber go into the pit box. But Jamie Day now is going. He's staying out as Paul and that try the undercut. Make sure they're staying ahead of this Mercedes. You must box this lap though to cover it off. The driver's behind. Layer through that castle section. .7 the gap between Jamie Day and James. Ferrari is slowly closing in on that Mercedes as the super softs are fading away. And a bit of a train here, battle for what looks to be 8th place. Phil, Martin, Johners and Jack Pearson, well, just on the back of that. But Martin has run wide, so this Johners comes wide both runs. we've got a yellow flag in sector 2, we're going to find out where that is. I'm not sure who it's for, because all cars are still running on circuit at the moment.
Jake could overtake Odham's here, coming down the start-finish straight. So he's in DRS.
Jake then. From Odham's. As Dominic Smith is in the pit lane along with Jamie Day. It's going to be interesting when he comes out. He's staying out a lot longer than the likes of Martin and Paul. He's coming to the pit exit now. There's Paul McGuinness. And Paul McGuinness stays ahead, and that's also Softy. Can Softy come out ahead of the Mercedes? He's got the outside. He has front wing damage to Jamie Day, so he never fixed that. I suspect that he had damage towards the start of this Grand Prix as well, but now Softy is the DRS. This is the battle for fifth. Softy pulls to the right and then the left. Daniel Ricciardo West has the inside line. Very clean from the two drivers. Getting too close, and Jamie holding his position for now. Softy's going to want to get past, because Jamie's been struggling for pace. Since being passed by Paul, and Phil Bargewell is catching. But Phil Bargewell's also under pressure from Martin here. He's got Johners behind him as well. Things are starting to get interesting. Martin having a look there at Phil, but can't do anything as Jonas has a look at Martin. Through the castle section they go. Martin getting so close to the wall there, missing his apex. It's going to give Jonas a nice tasty run on him, and Jack Pearson is gaining. Johners then, all over the back of Martin. Martin goes defensive. This isn't really an overtaking part of the track anyway. Jamie Day runs wide as Softy locks the front left.
James is in.
James is finally pitting for Ferrari. He's taking off those soft compound tires. Interesting to see when he comes out now. Johners on the back of Martin. Martin on the back of Phil. It's a DRS. Oh, Martin was lagging a bit there.
Oh, James is in as well.
Down the straight.
Jamie's in again.
Jamie is boxing with that damage. It's costing him too much. Martin can't get past Phil just yet, but there is James leaving the pit lane, and he's come out in P4 on the super sauce. Is he going to be a threat to Softy and Paul at the end of this race? Martin then still hassling the back of Phil Bargewell on lap 7 out of 13. They have James in their sight. How long for? Especially with fresh super soft tyres. Don't see him staying there for much longer. Going to pull away from them as Jack Pearson is catching his Odems as well. He made his first pit stop. He's coming in P9. Very clean racing though, the front runners. Martin then pretty much getting pushed round the corner by Johners. Car number 4. Through the castle section they go. So, oh! That's, I believe, was a Toro Rosso. It is. It was Jack Pearson hitting the wall. He's got some severe damage, I believe, to that Toro Rosso. Indeed he does. He's missing that front left end plate. Crucial part of a Formula 1 car.
Adam's lost a bit of front wing.
Odhamson also has damage. There we go, Phil Bargewell then, coming under more pressure from Martin. Martin comes under pressure from Johners. Got to spread themselves out a bit now. More difficult to overtake. 211 miles an hour for Martin. 215. 10 miles an hour quicker than Phil. Oh, Martin's gone wide into turn 1. Oh, he just keeps veering away from the barrier. That could have revolted in a punch on a loss of a front wing. 250 miles an hour into the braking zone. Misjudged it. And almost went straight on into the wall. Stays behind Phil. Phil keeping P5 for now. James, though, is catching Softy. 1.1 the gap. We'll probably have DRS for the start finish straight next time around. That is Demon Ash out of the session. He's just retired, I believe. MGUH failure in that McLaren Honda. Nothing new. Phil Bargewell then still under pressure from Martin and Johners. Jack Pearson did pit for an in-front wing and has put on the super soft compound tyre. The gap's now 7 tenths between James and Softy. He is catching. Yellow flag in sector 1. Not sure what for. Probably for the McLaren. However target position it is as he runs off at turn 1. There we go. James is catching Softy. See we days out of the session as well. Oh, he
binned it at the castle section. He binned it at the castle section.
He's dead. The wheel is on top of the car. He's hit that at some speed, that's for sure. But here we go, Martin then is so much quicker in a straight line than Phil. Can he make it count now? He is gaining faster than before. 217 miles an hour, but again, just trying to get down into turn 1. Probably the sensible idea. He's looking at a best position in maybe 5th. There's no collisions ahead of him. Jimmy Day has left the session.
Called it a day.
Like it, Paul. Like it.
Here we go then. Martin all over the back of Phil. This is the moment now. Has the run. Tries to the outside. Has he got the grip? Phil runs over the curb. He's going to compromise his exit. And who's that? That's Oldens on the back of this as well now. Phil Bargewell struggling for pace on the soft compound tyre. Make contact. Martin pushing him round. I don't think he's taking damage from it. James is also all over the back of Softy. Through the castle section they go. He's pushing Softy around there. He's obviously got the more grip on the super soft compound tyre. Him and Jack, the only two on it, P4 and P10. As James then gaining on the back of Softy for the final podium position. Here we go on board then with James. This is as close as he's got so far. It's within 2 tenths. He's got the slipstream and will have the DRS. Here comes James now on Softy. In the slipstream. He's got the DRS open now. 210 miles an hour in 8th gear. He is gaining on Softy. Hasn't quite got the straight line speed, I don't think. Softy just quicker straight over. Softy locks up. Oh, what a move from James. Paul McGuinness-esque right there. And James
is taking
moves
Jonathan to turn 1, I think.
into
Odins and
P3. Johnner's under pressure now.
Odins has gone off. Odins has gone off.
Odins has gone up at turn 1.
He's lost
someone's
it.
put it back in the wall. Here comes Dom Smith. This is going to be a legendary overtake by Dominic. At the inside. What a move by the Cyber. And into the gate goes Dom. But now here comes Odins again. To try and get 8th place back. He's not using his DRS. Wow. Wow. Anyway, he does make the move on Dom even without it. Shows the class of Dominic Smith. Anyway, for Bargewell. Still P5, Martin P6, Johners P7 has dropped a little bit further back from this battle. But Martin still all over the back hill. Jack's got
Jack
a 5-second stop
penalty. Oh, brilliant.
God knows why he's putting again. That's not going to go down well with Toro Rosso. But here we go then. Martin on the back of Phil. He's running out of laps to pass him. Been a moving barricade so far as Phil Bargewell in this race. Hasn't got the pace, but he's keeping Martin behind him. But this just might be the time when Martin gets past. He's as close as I've seen him in the past few laps. And he is now gaining on Phil. Phil hits the wall, that's not going to help his speed. Martin now, 200 miles an hour, approaching the DRS line. He's gaining, DRS open. This might just be the moment where Phil has to concede 5th. Martin goes to the inside. Both breaking around at the same time. Will there be contact? Side by side, Martin has the inside. Phil has the outside into this left-hander. Martin locks him off nicely, and now it's into P5. But Johners is now putting pressure on Phil, but Phil is trying to come back at Martin. Keep it clean. A lot of points at stake here. Phil tries around the outside, it hasn't quite worked. And now Johners has a run on Phil, but Phil blocks that off. Very clean racing from these three. James is also catching Paul, 2.9 seconds the gap. Will he catch him in time to clinch second place? Valtteri Bottas-esque against Lance Stroll. Can he do it on the line? You heard. Martin, P5, and what I would say will comfortably hold him, but Phil isn't letting him go. Still on the back of Martin. Martin runs a bit wide on the dirty line. That's not going to help his traction. Johners is just praying for an accident to happen. He has to be in that cockpit, wanting those two to put it into turn one. Martin has actually pinned it now, and has taken off what I believe 2 end plates on that Mercedes. That's not going to help. He's obviously running low aero because of the speed he's got, so that isn't going to help. Johners now on the back of, is he lifting? He is lifting. Martin is lifting, and now here comes Phil. Can he regain P5? Martin has to pit. He's lifting through the final sector. Martin just goes extremely defensive. Phil around the outside, keep it clean. Martin later on the brakes, he's out braking himself, I think. Phil does the switch back and is back into P5. And now here comes Johners. I think that might be it though for Phil. I think if he can hold 5th, because Martin does have damage. 2.0 now the gap for James and Paul. Does James just have enough? Oh, Martin the wall again! And there goes Johners. That, what looks to be front right end plate is hanging on by a thread. Johners moves in to P6. And Odems now will be surely catch Martin. Red Bull Kim is in the points. Jack Pearson is ghosting, so we're also practicing for the Honda era. Bring on F1 2018. Red Bull Kim locks up and goes straight on. Odems hit the wall there, doesn't take any damage I don't believe, but Martin is falling behind and is falling into the clutches of Odems. 1.4 the gap between 3rd and 2nd. Paul McGuinness then is about to start his final lap with his teammate bearing down in the mirrors.
Go on, lads.
Martin now lifting through the final sector, hits the wall yet again. Here comes Odems then. So what looks to steal 7th place. Martin goes defensive. DRS is open on the hash and he pulls to the right hand side. Martin is overtaking him while Odems has DRS. That Mercedes is quick in a straight line. They make contact, they're heading towards the wall. Keep it clean. Martin has the inside. He's still got the inside. He's still holding it. Martin is defending for his life on the final lap of the Grand Prix. We're heading on Ferrari, but James may have damage as the gap goes to 1.9. Odems has the inside line. The back with Martin's in the wall yet again, and I think that may have been Odems' fault. There may be a report coming to the stewards at the end of this race. And on the final lap, Jake has kept it clean. 15 seconds out in front. I remember when he was my teammate and he beat me by that match. I hated it. So I can't understand how Paul is happy with 2nd. Got to beat Jake. Anyway, that comes down to 14.8.
Consistency.
But it's not going to matter.
I'm going to get DRS on James.
Has turned the final corner and is going to take it, and Softy is going to have the slipstream on James as Jake takes the checkered flag for forcing the outspeed. A controlled race since corner 1. Paul is going to take 2nd, and Jake is going to James is going to come under pressure from Softy here. As he got the straight line speed, Softy's gaining and gaining and gaining. Where is the finish line? Softy!
Not enough.
Oh, I can't quite do it. P4 for the Toro Rosso. It's a double Ferrari podium. Good points there for the constructors. Phil Bardwell, I would say, is going to take home a well-deserved 5th. He's held on to that position for a long time under pressure from Martin. Johners will come home in 6th. Odems is 7th. Martin, with no front wing, is 8th. As spectator cam cuts me off. problems for Odems at the start of the Grand Prix, and Jake walked it. There is your race winner, Jake, on the podium. Well deserved from the Force India driver, controlled since the lights went out. And the two Ferraris will be chuffed with a double podium, especially with James starting in 9th. I think they'll take that.
Well done, Jake. Well done, Paul. Well done, James.
Sochi, Russia.
Charity's closing right up now because of that. Jesus. Softy takes points out of Odems and Jonas. Phil, Paul are the same. Setting you up nicely for Russia. Yes. And down the man's back. What more do you want?
Oh, yes. No, to say James wasn't pulling away from me, even though I hit on lap 1, I'll take it.
Fair play to Jake Davis. What a dominant display. Reigning champion, not messing around.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Russian Grand Prix with your host, Aidan.
Welcome along to qualifying for TGP1. We are at Sochi, Russia, where Phil Bardwell is currently on an outlap and sitting in provisional pole position at 134.6. Jonas is second, followed with a 134.6 as well. Very close between the top two. 2800 separate them as Jonas still in the pits with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining of the current session. We're not long until lights out, where drivers panic and try and get the final laps in. Try and start as high up the grid as possible. Softy is currently leaving the pit lane for 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the Toro Rosso, and Jake has just gone 8/10 quicker than Phil Bardwell. Jake, a 133.8. Wow, the winner in Baku has taken his form over to Sochi and is currently retired from the session. It's 8/10 quicker than Phil.
I cut turn 1 and got this and next lap invalidated. Jesus Christ.
That's what I've just got on my outlap, so I've got to do one full lap now and then get back round with like 10 seconds to go.
Fuck's sake.
I can't get a lap in.
1 minute and 35 seconds remaining. This track is notorious for its corner cutting. Even just a wheel over the line can invalidate you. This is such a crucial track to get everything spot on if you want your lap to count. 1 minute and 20 as the drivers are under immense pressure, make no errors, to come across the line with a clean slate and a nice quick lap. So the people out of qualifying then with a minute to go and won't be improving on their current lap times is the provisional pole sitter of Jake, and looks to be sitting in the pole position spot for the rest of the session. 9th place Tom Smith, 10th place Red Bull Kim, and 12th place Neljak, along with Odem's NP30. A lot of drivers then on the final laps, or a few of them just starting the final laps with 40 seconds remaining in the qualifying session. Got a yellow flag inside the feet, and that is off the session. So he's going to be P14, and he's binned it on the start-finish straight. Jack Pearson, a solid 4th, but 4th or a second off the pace, and retired from the session as well. He's also put it in the wall as drivers then. And here comes Phil actually. What can he do about Jake? He only improved by a tenth. 7 tenths off in P2. Who will be next to cross the line? Next to cross the line will be James in the Ferrari. Currently 6th, 1.3 seconds off, but I believe he set his first lap on the Supersofts. What can James do in that Ferrari? Across the line, goes second, 2 tenths off, so the gap is coming down. Who's next across the line? And maybe challenge Jake's pole time. I believe it is Softy. Softy in the Toro Rosso. He's also on the Ultra Softs. I believe he set his first lap time on the super soft compound tyre as well. Can he go anywhere near the front row? Softy round the final corner. Goes third, 2/10 off on the second row off the grid. Next across the line looks to be Mr. Chiappelli in the Cyber. Currently P8, 2.2 seconds off. Can he get anywhere near or any further up the grid? Round upon the corner, Mr. Chiappelli doesn't improve, I don't believe. Stays P8. Paul McGuinness then, P11 moves into P7, 1.2 seconds off the pace. Dan the man then, in the final sector for Renault, car number 25, only on soft compound tyre.
Are you kidding me? I'm out of fuel.
Still ran out of fuel, he was on a flyer and ran out of fuel.
I don't believe it.
Man, I believe.
Amazing.
Dan the man is P8 then, and that rounds off the qualifying session here in Sochi.
So unfortunately,
on the front row is Jake and James. And just before the race starts, we currently have 5 former TGP1 champions on the grid. James with 6, Dan with 4, Johners with 2, Softy with 2, Jake with 1, which means there's a total of 15 titles, which, with it being the 29th season also in TGP1, means that more than half the field are fucked up. Oh, there's edit that out. I know it's a live stream, but still.
Do it again after this little. Do it after the FOM intro. Do it after the FOM intro.
Highlights.
And I love how you put after. Hope that makes sense, but it doesn't.
Because I knew the wording was shit. Do it again.
Well, there's 5 former TGP1 champions on the grid. James with 6, Dan with 4, Johnner with 2, Softy with 2, Jake with 1. Total titles 15. With it being the 29th season, that means more than half the TGP1 titles are in the field. You should not be an English teacher, Joe. Let's just say that. Stick with
the moment where Odems is qualified.
It's because you're Scottish.
Despite the fact he's got a race ban. Oh,
did Odems go out on track? That's the thing.
Here we go.
He did.
The drivers then getting the cars ready as the lights come on now for the start of the Russian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. It's a quick start from Jake. Also James Softy seems to be getting a bit of a run, and he has. Softy into P2, a good start from the Toro Rosso. It is a slipstream fest. Down into turn 1. Jake leads from Softy, from James, from Jonas, from Phil. Jack, Paul, Dan, Chiappelli and Dom. Keep it clean into turn 1. Everybody seems to have done so far. And Softy at the inside now leads this Grand Prix. Softy from 3rd to 1st within 3 corners. Jack keeps coming at him. Oh, they can't do anything there. Jake's not going to want to lie down and let Softy back on board then with Jake.
Oh, Jesus.
All over the back of Softy. Oh, they've actually touched. Can he avoid it from a half spin? Indeed he can. Jake there. All over the back is Softy. Very clean first lap so far at the front. Obviously no DRS until lap 3. Well, I think we've really got to move in the background, and we do, and it's Phil and Johners, the man on 4th. Johners has the inside. Phil's going to hold it. Now Phil has the inside. He's turned in on him. Well, avoids the half spin, and here comes Paul McGuinness on the outside. Oh, it's getting very close. Paul McGuinness just can't quite get past Phil Bardwell, and Paul will have to settle for 6. Now Jack's got a 3-second time from up for warnings already. Wow, nice one.
Jack's pitted.
Jack has pitted.
I think he had damage.
Here we go then. Phil
I've got
on the
damage
back of
as well.
Johners. Can Phil do to Johners what Johners couldn't do to Phil and Baku? Here comes Phil. He wants the outside. Johners late on the brakes. Slightly broke himself. He's going to switch to the inside. Keep it clean. Phil has the inside. And I believe he's up into P4. And Paul is hanging around in the background. Johners is going to hold it up the inside. Getting very close. Paul now is getting involved with this, and Paul is side by side with Joris. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Odems.
Is that Odems? Yeah. Oh, okay. He is dirty.
Camera angles.
That's the first dirty move I've seen him doing this race already. Sorry, Aidan.
It's not on.
Alright.
I don't care if he's quick.
Now Jack has retired from the session, which means that'll promote Jack into P13. Unlucky for Sam Softy then, as a 6/10 gap of a second. That's so far on lap 2. Overtook second into turn 1, and overtook first into turn 3. Very quick start from Softy. That's Phil going wide. He's rallying it. It's gonna. Jonas is now going to apply pressure then to Phil.
Trying to give you the room here, Martin. Jonas is in it.
Here we go. This is Martin and Mr. Chiapelli. Battle for 8. Here comes Martin. He's very quick in a straight line in Baku. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the same again.
He's going to be on TRS here. He's going to absolutely destroy me here.
TRS is now enabled. So DRS
open.
Jonas?
Oh shit!
Jonas is boxed. Off come the Ultrasofts and on go the Supersofts. The Reynolds are... They're on a queue! The Reynolds are queuing! Unbelievable! Ultrasofts on, off even, Supersofts on, and a tilt lane change for Dan the man. What's going on there?
How many times have Jonas and Dan queued throughout TGP1 history?
They're gonna queue!
Paul then, under pressure from Odems in the Haas. We're looking for a strong. He's looking for a strong finish after a disappointing race in Baku, but as we all know, Paul McGuinness doesn't like to move over easily, and is one of the hardest drivers to overtake in TGP. He plants that Ferrari right in the middle of the road, and you ain't getting past anytime soon. You're gonna have to work your butt off to get past that Ferrari. But here he goes then. Odems is gaining and gaining on the back of that Ferrari. I think Paul almost ran into the back of Phil there. Odems is getting closer and closer. Is he 12 years old when the car number is 69? Wow. Paul McGinn. Oh, Phil's in and Paul is in.
Softy pit straight takes the lead.
I'm going to stick with this. It's going to be Red Bull versus Ferrari.
37 miles. I forgot about that.
That's it. Well. Oh, they're going to queue!
Oh,
Two Ferraris are boxed! They're queuing! That is heartbreak. See. You Dom's old TGP2 music.
GTA video.
Here we go then. Martin has finally got past Mr. Chiapelli. Is Jake doing the overcut then? Is he quick enough on what I presume will be an in-lap? Softy then leading, obviously, the people that I have pitted. He is in it first, currently down in P6 behind Red Bull.
Ferrari's fucked me by queuing there.
Here we
go.
go.
Back into Oda, say that.
It's not giving me the saying stop going pit window.
Ferrari's having issues with Charlie Whiting. Doesn't surprise me at all. Ferrari international assistants getting away with their penalty. So, lap 4 then of this Grand Prix. Ferrari getting away with stuff as usual.
Oh shit.
Softy's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Jake now, I assume, is going to pit this lap. Here we go. Is Jake coming in? He's staying out. No, he's boxing. Here we go. This will be interesting to see where he is in relation to Softy. The gap was 8/10 before they boxed. Is it going to be a quick stop from Force India? On board then with Jake. Down the man. Nice corner cutting, mate. Here we go. Up on the jacks. Ultrasofts off. Supersofts on. Very quick stop from Force India. Very quick. Where is Softy? Softy is rounding the final corner now. He's going to have slipstream from Red Bull Kim as well. Jake has crossed the pit lane line. This is going to be close. Softy has a slipstream. There is Jake. The 3 wide. Down into turn 1, and Softy retains the lead. Oh, he's running the back of Softy! Red Bull Kim Oh, he's put it in the wall now!
Fucking twat.
The Toro Rosso. Well, we need a bleep machine on Sayer Sports.
Wouldn't mind a safety car right now.
Not very kind words from the Toro Rosso driver over team radio.
Not very kind.
Not very kind, so we're going to move on from that. But now Jake on the back of Softy, 3/10 off. Has gained since the pit stop. Lap 5 out of 13. We're still waiting for Odems, Martin and Mr. Chiapelli to pull into their pit boxes. They are currently first, second and third. Here we go then, Jake on the back of Softy. Will Softy have rear wing damage? Getting punted up the arse by the Williams. Here we go. Softy seems to be going defensive and pulls back onto the racing line. They get very close! Oh, that could have been an
Martin's
end-plate
going long on the ultras.
That could have been...
Odems is flying.
Odems set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Martin... No, I don't believe he's in. Mr. Chiapelli is in. Can Jake...
Yeah,
now get past
Martin's
Softy?
going long on these ultras.
Softy then is a net first. They're battling for Porto. He's locked up, made a mistake, and here comes Jake up the inside in the final corner. Makes the move on Softy, and where did James come from? James is in this battle as well. Here we go, Softy then. Blocked off there by Jake. DRS open on the button, blocked again. Wow. Max Verstappen is there. Softy going right over onto Jake's side of the track.
Keep it clean.
He's now been crashed by James. We know Softy's got a bit of frustration going through his head with Red Bull Kim, and also just losing the net race lead. He's got up the inside. Was that a bit cheeky from Softy? But he does take, well, third will be a net first once Martin and Odems have boxed. Matt, a bit of a queue forming now behind Softy. Phil, Johners, James, Jake, all battling.
Odems is going to jump the wall.
For position. Here we go. Softy is 17. No, that's lies. Don't listen to me. He's 23 off Odems. 23.7. Odems here might be jumping. Does he box? He doesn't. Odems, oh, he's on the super softs. I thought he was on the ultras. He stays out. Martin stays out as well. Martin staying out on those ultra softs. Softy still under pressure from Jake, from James, from Johners, who's putting the... Okay. James just backed off and let Johners start.
Did that just happen? Did that just happen?
What? Why is he letting him through?
Did he just let Johners through?
And he's let Phil through.
What's that damage?
He does, but he didn't box. He stayed out.
It's not that much damage.
What is he doing?
Maybe he feels like he's going to hold them up.
Here comes Jake though. On Softy. Is he close enough for here? Jake has damage actually on his end plate, so he might have hit Softy or the wall at some point.
He's changing gear for Softy at every other corner.
Softy's giving a win to Odems here. Thanks, Dan.
Johners then is catching Jake. Obviously Jake with that front right end plate damage. Still can't believe what I just seen from James. Never seen me do that in a million years. Here we go then. That's a big DRS line.
This car cannot follow anything in it. Yeah, it's fucking shit.
He's gaining on Jake, but again, Johners just hasn't got enough. And he's in. Odems is pitting for the first time in this Grand Prix on lap 8 out of 13. It's going to be on the Ultra Subs compound tyre. Where is everyone going to be in contrast to that? Martin stays out on the Ultra Sauce. Here we go, Odems then, leaving his pit box now. Softy rounding the penultimate corner, blocking the front right. That's not going to help his chances. Odems crosses the pit lane line now.
Okay.
So, Softy is behind. If he can get a run on him though, while he's got the cool tyres, he might have a chance of passing and holding him up.
Odems was always going to this race.
Very optimistic from the Toro Rosso driver. We love it in TGP. Everyone's so enthusiastic. Martin then, still P1 on those ultra soft compound tyres. I'm assuming it's going to have to pit at some point. Those tyres must be falling off the cliff. Even with damage, well, I think it's damage, or I think it's just the way that my camera is on the Force India. Jonas isn't catching. Jack Pearson, nice corner cutting, mate. Keeping it. Jack style, I guess.
How many penalties has he got now?
Oh, Softy, I believe that is 3. And here comes Jake now on the back of Softy. 9 seconds worth of penalties. Here we go.
Wow.
He's not got anything on Softy just now. Softy just has just enough pace to keep Jake ahead, to keep Jake behind, sorry. And Jake's gone for it. Up the inside, Softy maybe turning in on him a bit there. Maybe a bit unexpected though. The Toro Rosso driver. Softy is under some pressure here. Yellow flag. Dom is out. What happened, Dom? Off the concrete, and he's lost the front left. That's cyber. That's a way to put a team bus for no money. Here we go then. Jake on the back of Softy yet again on lap 9 out of 13. He just hasn't got the straight line speed in that Force India. Jonas hasn't got the straight line speed in the Renault. There's still. Paul McGuinness then, slowly catching Jack Pearson. We've got a Renault in and it's down the man. But there's no Renault crew other than that. Didn't see them.
Ricardo in Monaco.
He's putting a fresh set of the ultra softs on. After going for the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Lap 9 then out of 13. Dems is a net first. Martin still waiting for them to pit.
He's still not pitted.
Well, we just heard some team radio. No idea what that was.
Oh,
anyway,
Jack's going off.
Jack. Wow.
Hey!
Jack has been disqualified. There we go. We were all waiting for it. It was going to happen. And Jack.
Meanwhile, Jake's still on Softy.
Oh, here we go. Softy and Jake. And Jake is through. And here comes Jonas. This might be the moment. Softy's locking up again. And Jonas has the inside of the final corner. Oh, they're banging wheels. I know, it's just a drag race into turn 1. Softy is quicker. I tell you what, Jonas is so slow in a straight line.
No, John's backed out to get DRS and failed.
Alright, here. Oh, and Phil's past him. And then Phil's got this and Softy.
Just Phil.
And Phil is spinning around. And here comes Paul McGuinness now. Why does Phil go for that? I would love to hear an explanation on the team video from that, man.
Jonas has got a penalty as well.
Gained 1 place. To be fair, I think that was on Phil, so that might get changed.
To be fair, that might get removed because he was avoiding Phil spinning. It should get removed.
So Adam's got this win then. Aiden.
Can Softy catch Jake again? Softy just hasn't got the pace.
Phil's got a penalty.
Phil has now got a penalty. Martin still yet to pit. And you get like people like Dan the Man who have pitted twice in a 25% race.
Oh, thanks.
Martin is finally in. I wonder where he's going to come out with those fresh super softs. Why Red Bull Kim went onto the softs, I'll never know. Martin then, ultra softs off, super softs on. Where's he going to rejoin from this? Currently going down the pit lane now. Car number 22 crosses the
Paul's
pit
will
lane.
never fail. He's going to get DRS into turn 1.
Paul McGuinness in the Ferrari against the Red Bull as he got the straight line speed. 200 miles an hour, the 8th gear. Flying down into turn 1 with DRS. Doesn't go for it. Very conservative there from Paul. Golden. He's still got the slipstream as they go through the left-hander, the looping left-hander, the dirty air. Must be affecting that Ferrari somehow. I think Paul did lift through there. Phil Bargewell then, can he hold on to 6th? He had to hold on in Baku. Can he do it now in Sochi?
Martin's just behind as well.
Martin slowly catching with those fresh super softs. Going to be a threat to these two.
Points are good, points are good.
People are calling me. I'm at work, leave me alone, I'm in Russia. Can't come on the PlayStation today. Lap 11 out of 13. Phil Bargewell still 6th. Paul 7th. Martin 8th. The man number 6 then is heating up with another car, joining the scrap. Can Paul is going to wait for the DRS. It's absolutely flying. Something's going on the Renault team radio. Now, I'm not sure if he's accidentally left his radio on, but it didn't sound like a proper transmission to me.
I nearly lost it and then ended up getting a penalty.
Martin's going to get Paul Anfield if he's lucky. He's got fresher tyres.
Renault team radio is fine. Here we go. Martin on the back of Paul. Paul on the back of Phil. We're on the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. I'm starting to think, did Martin leave it too late? Maybe not, here comes Martin. Up the inside. Well, they're banging wheels. Don't crash now, boys, on the penultimate lap. Paul goes back up the inside. And Martin takes P7. Now, it's another Baku scenario. Martin versus Phil.
Go on, Paul.
John's got another penalty, another time penalty. That's 6 seconds now in total, is it?
If you finish 6th, you might not even finish 6th at this rate. You might finish 4th for the amount of penalties people will have.
Points are good at the moment, points are good.
Martin's going to get Phil now, surely.
This is it.
DRS assisted again.
I can hear the Swedish commentators in the commentary box next to me. Shut bug up, please. Martin! Oh, the back of Phil. Sweden, Sky F1 aren't going to like that. But State Sports coverage comes first.
Red Bull Kim's just ahead.
Red Bull Kim is in the way.
This is going to get Phil DRS, this. It's going to get Phil DRS.
Phil, Martin all over the back of him.
What's happening?
This is getting so get out of the way, Red Bull Kim! Thank you.
Oh, he just held me up. Dude.
Phil Bargewell. Here we go. Martin in a straight line does seem to be very quick. DRS opening on the back of that Mercedes. Does he make the move into turn 1 on the final lap of this Grand Prix? Does he go for it? No, he doesn't. He's going to wait.
He's going to do what he did to Paul up the inside.
Oh,
here we go. Oh, it's got. Oh!
Lag.
Oh, he's in the wall! Martin, he keeps it out. Stops the damage, but Paul would have had to take a face of action. Imagine seeing a spinny Mercedes. Paul's going to need new overalls.
Was that a lag?
It looked like lag to me. You were side by side and then he just seemed to tag your laggy car.
For me, because I was on board with Martin, it looked like that weird thing, like when you hit him and you try to overcorrect it.
Yeah. He had an incident with Phil, lag incident.
Alright.
Here we go. Johners then on the back of Softy for the final podium position on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Can't do anything about it though. Unless Softy makes a horrendous mistake. What's the Softy we're talking about? He's just not going to though, is he? Johners though, look like he was thinking about it. And then as your race winner, Odems. Controlled the pace. Controlled the pace all race. Then Odems. Jake will come home in second, so first in a second. Johners all over the back of Softy. Can't quite get the podium though. James will come home in 5th. Phil is going to take 6th. Paul is going to take 7th. Martin 8th. Listen, Chiapelli in the Cyber is 9th. Dan the man, miles behind, probably going to round off the top 10. As Red Bull Kim's already crossed the line, so Dan will round off your top 10.
At least I'm going to get a point.
Hooray!
Set a point system, though, Dan. So you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, Dan, man. 5 points.
Oh, lovely.
You're welcome.
Dan, like we said earlier, don't be chuffed. It's just a polite way of saying you're retarded.
Right, okay, thank you.
Odin, their 4th win of the season. Needed what he needed the championship.
He's the final car to come across the line and round off the Russian Grand Prix. We'll see you. Well, not yet. We'll round off the final results because of all the penalties. Got to see where some of these drivers finished. Here we go.
Softy, you didn't have to turn in that aggressively on me.
Mate, you dived up the inside.
You didn't have to turn in aggressively. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I've got to turn into the corner.
There is plenty of space, you know.
Not when you're in the corner.
You're not in the corner though.
Well, Odin wins his 4th win of the season. Jake comes home 2nd. Softy takes the final podium space. Jonas will be disappointed with 5th. Odems will be happy with 1st. He's back on charge. And that is your Russian Grand Prix. We're back next week. We'll see you then.
The awkward when Odems' fastest lap is like 2 seconds quicker than anyone.
Oh, wait, did I get the 2nd fastest? Yeah, I think I did.
1.4. You did. Half a
Yes.
second.
Who was in that Mercedes that finished 7th? Was that Martin? Would
Yeah.
have been,
Yeah.
Probably,
Just because it gave me that 10 second, obviously.
It says you're 7th there, and Hamilton's 8th.
Says 8th from Muskin. I don't know.
It
They
says
never
it's
gave me
Hamilton's
that.
8th for me.
You never gave me that stop go in the pits.
Maybe you weren't. Maybe you weren't even speeding in the pit lane. It was just Cody's being Cody's.
I don't know. But anyway,